It's a resin day, safety first, always. I mix up my resin. This resin's actually discontinued, but most resins are equal parts hardener and resin. Put the hardener in first because it's easier. The resin's pretty thick. You mixy for quite a while till it's nice and smooth. Now, since I do big batches of resin, I usually pour a big dollop on each piece first to make sure I have enough for everything because, as you know, or maybe you don't know, I don't measure. However, if you are particular, there are a lot of resin calculators out there. Many of their own brands have on their website how much you should use. I just eyeball it. I find that it's always better to have a bit more just in case, because if you don't put enough resin down, you find that the sides pull away, the resin isn't even, so it's nice to have enough resin so it falls off the side. So I find that this method works the best for me. And once I have the resin on all of these pieces, I actually use my hands to spread. Now, personally, I find it easier for me to use my hands so I could feel where there's, oh, by the way, this is a 2x3 footer. It could be a bit more challenging to resin, but not really. You just got to kind of really use some good eyesight to make sure everything's smooth. So as I was saying, I use my hands. There are so many different resin tools that you could use. So whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm down on the floor there with that 2x3 footer, but really you want to make sure that, especially with something so big, that you feel that all the resin has covered the whole piece. You take your torch, you get all those bubbles out the best that you can, because bubbles in resin are just the worst. Some brands of resin are harder than others. I cover them up. That's Bob and Kurt. And here is the end result. Look at that shift of, I think that's TLP Twilight. The resin on all of these pieces, especially if you have sparkly things, sparkly pigments, always make everything look better. Some of these pieces will be available for purchase. I'll post them separately, but I just wanted to show you the way that I resin. That's a 14-incher, by the way. That one I doodled on. I know doodles aren't for everybody, but I kind of thought it was a bit fun. Here's my little swirly whirly. You know, some people love those swirls. This one's so pretty. This one's already found its new home, as has this one. I love those colors. And I think my most favorite is the finished product of this guy, the 2x3 footer. It's from my previous YouTube video, but also it's available to put on your wall if you'd like. It really turned out well. I find that the sparkle and the shimmer look really great. And also the resin really dried nicely on this one. And I didn't even see one bubble. Let me know what you think. Bye.